How's it hanging, dudes and dudettes? My name is Shawn, and yes, we do have some crazy news to get through. Confirmed features have both been removed and replaced. This is wild, and the devs are mad lads for this.
Absolute mad lads!
Please, so new people can join in learning these things, please tickle the like button into submission. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tickle it.
You glutinous little doughboy. Oh, there's something I've wanted to do to you for years.
And then subscribe if you enjoyed or learned something new towards the end. Please. Don't make me beg again. Please. Fine.
Please!
Also, we have a little bit of the channel drama update, so stay tuned to the end if you're invested in that. And so we have a top 5, and thankfully it's just a top 5 because there could have been a lot more removed. Also could have been a lot more added, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get all into that, and if I missed anything, make sure you leave it down in the comment section below. Alright, so I'll be down there. First up, they brought contour topography lines back this close to launch. This is a perfect example of things that the community complains about. Colossal hears us and then makes the change. This is awesome news, and we found this out on the latest Cities Skylines 2 developer or community manager live stream, which you can find on their main channel. This, which I'm happy to say will be a weekly thing for forever as far as we know. Props to CO for this addition and listening to the community. This really makes a difference on terrain editing and is something we no longer have to worry about, thankfully. So let's play the clip and you can see the lines, and yeah, let's get right into it.
Like going under. Under is usually much cooler looking. I'm gonna deepen this. But yes, as we're terraforming, you might have noticed that there's these lines on the map. You might have noticed this. And that is, we got so much feedback from last week about people really missing the look of contour lines. So Colossal pulled a behemoth out of the bag and works really just out of the bag. Like the magic little wizards that they are.
So you get contour lines.
Yes.
You get contour lines. I'm sorry we said you couldn't have them last time. I'm sorry we said you couldn't have them.
I'm so happy this made it back in, and this shows that they are hearing us. So I have a guess as to why this all is, but I'll get into that in a bit towards the end, as this does bring up our next topic at hand. So speaking of props, we still haven't got any love for props. The same kind of love that topography contour lines just got. Yeah, no love here, right? I've got a whole video on no props for the beta build, and you can check that out. No sense in wasting your time to rehash old depressing news, right? I don't want to do that to you guys. Also, no love for the rats. This is like number 3, right? So what happened? Where are the rat infestations? This was one of the things I covered when my first, when my channel first started, when we covered the Xbox leaked achievements list. If any of you got OGs remember that. So, was this cut for time? I can't find any video streamer or live stream who has made even an ounce of noise about this or experienced it in game, right? I haven't seen it in any of the gameplay, and I wonder what happened. Have you guys seen it? Maybe I'm wrong. So rat infestations would be a huge thing that I was excited for, and I can't wait until it makes it into the game. Look, I hope I'm wrong about all these, and you guys call me out and I have to make a video tomorrow saying, oh, I got it wrong. I wish, but I haven't. You know what I mean? I don't think they're in here right now. So on top of that, they mentioned this in the live stream as well.
But on that note, I feel like I need to address something that I may have talked about last week. There was questions about fall and being able to see snow, and I did say that you were going to be able to see that. But I'm just putting it out now. I'm not promising anything. I'm sorry.
You may be wrong about this.
Yeah. So yes, you get contour lines, and no, we're not very sure about you are gonna see seasons, but I'm not so sure about
about color trees and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. So
but I mean, speaking of like additions like this, it's very late in development to add new features, and we can't promise that everything that you guys give us feedback about is going to be in the game at release. But Colossal Order, they're really, really great, and we've now added contour lines.
Yeah, so this is another thing they said to not get our hopes up about too soon was for seasonal color changing leaves. This is a bit concerning because it was on like one of the first looks we got to see in the announcement, no gameplay trailer. Now, of course, there's no gameplay trailer, but this is their vision for the game. This is what they're saying is going to be in the game at some sort of version, sort of, right? That's kind of what they're alluding to. And it seems like this would be a perfect, easy thing to add in. If you can do the contour lines, why can't you just take the trees and have them simply align to the seasonal change timer and then go and fade from green to orange to yellow and then back again. Seems simple enough, but I don't dev that much, you know what I mean? But they said CO broke their back to get the contour lines in. I don't know. Seems to be the only thing they've really added in from the community's asking. But again, I get into that theory in a minute. So yeah, all that, maybe immersion breaking, but it's not deal breaking. It's not that big of a deal. And a lot of this stuff will be added in over time. So the last one real quick, and this may just be because it's a beta build we are seeing, but where are all the disasters? Like, I've seen a couple people have a couple videos about it, some of the beta build stuff, but specifically, for example, though, we haven't seen hailstorms do like damage or anything like that. Our little's been shown. Maybe this has happened. I just haven't noticed it. So please, if anyone has seen any of this stuff in any fashion, please comment down below, because I want to make a video about that. And again, I have no idea where if or where any of this went, or if it's going to be later. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out that it's not there, or at least I haven't seen it. And I've been kind of scouring a lot of stuff. So if you guys have seen it, let me know. Now, for my little theory here. So this is what I think is happening. The way Maddie and Pruthi say last week's contour lines won't be in, and the community makes a grumble, and then within a week's time they get it all sorted and ported. This makes me feel like they cut it for time, so it wouldn't be showcased during the beta builds, and they had probably been working on it to get it implemented this whole time, which meant us grumbling and them patching the lines just happens to be a timely coincidence, right? A very happy coincidence. Because if they are listening to our feedback, then where are you guys on props? There was a whole outrage on that, and they didn't rush it. They put 3 little stone heads in, which we all thought was already in. So we will, we will see if they make any more hot fixes. And if not, I think my theory will be correct. There are a host of things people are in the chat and DMs asking for, and this is one of the things that they chose to fix. And there's a lot of these copy and paste messages going around. And there's this communication is just a little weird, little off, like they taking credit for listening to us and adding the contour lines, but everything else, no. Like, if you can do that in a week, why can't you do anything else? I don't know. Maybe it is. I just don't know. So more likely they're fixing it and spun it for credit. I don't know. It just feels like that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame them. I just want them to do the same thing for props. So yeah, I think these things are all in the game, but it's just speculation, just my opinion, just a little rant, right? So, like, there are bugs with every new game, right? Game glitches that need to be fixed. Sometimes developers plan something and they add new stuff, and something they have already added breaks, and they have to go figure out what went wrong with the code. Now, their lack of communication at times makes you wonder if they cut it completely, but with the topography lines added, I think these may be a pattern you'll see, where they don't want to admit something is off with certain features, and thus will then fix and roll them out whenever possible and then claim credit. But they was already being fixed and added in the long run anyway, right? I feel like these things were intentionally cut for bug fixes or for time, as it wasn't quite ready, or whatever the reason was. They maybe some initial play testing, I don't know. But as Rudy Rinkham on the podcast told us, even the Cities in the Sky build was a very special version of the game that many things were cut out. So while we'll have to wait and see what the day one patch looks like, we will have to have hope for the best, right? And we just got to keep showing Colossal Order what we want. And because even if they don't come right out and answer every little question, that doesn't mean they don't hear us, right? The lines are back, and that shows that. So let's stay in their corner and keep pushing them in the right direction. Leave any suggestions for them in the comment section below. You never know who's reading them, right? So before we sign off, a lot of you want to know the update on the drama, and I did reach out to Toad one last time to work it out amicably, and she broke the silence and replied. So very short. I won't leak her, her response or anything like that, but she essentially said she wished I would have asked for permission and that she would like for me to keep the video down. But again, her DMs were never open. Maybe I should have tried a little harder, but it's kind of hard to ask permission when you can't. But also, fair use is fair use, so I am in the right, and she will let this strike expire, and I'll keep the video down. I've offered for her to be on the podcast. And if she comes on the podcast, I will cut out the entire part of the video from the mods console video where I just, utterly defend myself with fair use and explain why I'm right. And she also has to unban all the people who went to her Discord asking on my behalf, because they didn't do anything wrong. They were just concerned fans, which is cool. I didn't even ask many of them. Most of them just did that on their own. You know what I mean? So it's not their fault. It kind of is, but unban them and come on the podcast, and I'll cut that out, and then You know what I mean? We'll just move on. And plus, it'd be good to have you on the podcast because then we could talk about things and just bury the hatchet and show people that, you know, this is an adult way of how you handle situations like this, and we can both learn and grow from it, and you know, just have a good collab and a great creator relationship going forward, and blah blah blah. Like, not a big deal, right? It just seems like the best way to do that, right? So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I told you I'd win this fight, and I am still a fan of hers, for the record. I just, you know, wish the best for her, wish the best for her community, and, you know, as far as you lot, though, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can just piss off.
Now you mad, nerd. Why you